Hey guys, and welcome to Vlogmas Day 4. It is Saturday. It's almost like 2 o'clock in the afternoon, but I did start editing Vlogmas Day 3 a little bit ago. So that's going to go up as soon as I'm done. Probably be a little bit after 3, not a huge deal, but I'm really excited about it because I included my 10 favorite things from 2021. And I'm thinking at the end of every vlog this year, I want to include just a little bit of something. I don't know what it is going to be yet. So it's going to be gift guides, hauls, and stuff like that. So I'm really excited for it. I'm going to finish editing this vlog so I can put it up, and I'll update you guys when I'm done. Alright, it's a few hours later, and I really haven't done too much today. I did go get lunch earlier. I edited Vlogmas Day 3, uploaded that. I've been watching my friend Chelsea on Twitch because she has been doing a subathon to celebrate her 4-year partner anniversary, which is very exciting. I've been watching her since June of 2018, so it's been about 3.5 years that I've been watching her, but she's super nice. She lives in New Zealand, so unfortunately I'm not able to always catch her streams, but I try to catch them whenever I can. Right now I'm just making some pizza for dinner because it was the only thing that sounded good in the freezer. Tomorrow I hopefully will have better plans because I really don't have any plans for the rest of the night. I'm going to try to find something to film to take some space up for this vlog because I don't like uploading like 2-minute vlogs because what's the point in watching that if it's not going to be anything fun? So we will find out. So guys, Vlogmas Day 4 was pretty anticlimactic really. I spent a lot of time editing and more editing. And when I wasn't editing, I was either running just some quick errands that I'm like really not worth vlogging, or I was watching YouTubers that I really enjoy watching like Miss Army Ashton and Alicia Murray. But I figured before I go to bed, I will tell you guys some drugstore makeup favorites that I just absolutely love, and a couple that I have but I haven't tried yet, so I will be soon. Maybe I'll do some makeup in a vlog because I want to wear makeup like more often, but at the same time, like when I work, it's not really, in my opinion, like worth it because I'm either gonna sweat it off or it's gonna look really bad at the end of the day. We will start at the very beginning of a face routine, and that is a primer. Let me tell you guys, if you have not tried the e.l.f. putty primers, these are incredible. This is the matte one. It's actually just nice white. I've already used a little bit of it. You don't actually need a lot. A little bit goes quite a long way. Don't go crazy with it, but this stuff really does work. It's also e.l.f. is an amazing brand. I love a lot of their products. They're very affordable. This is like $5 to $10. It's pretty cheap, so, but don't let the price turn you off because seriously, this stuff is much better than some of the more expensive brands. So this is the only primer I will use right now until I can probably find one that I like better. e.l.f. matte putty primer is my favorite so far, so this is the one I go to all the time. Of course, foundations. My recent favorite has been Wet n Wild Photo Focus. I use the shade Nude Ivory. Of course, I actually bought this because it was on clearance, but this is a phenomenal foundation. It's not cakey, like it doesn't feel like I'm caked in makeup whenever I have it on. And also, I love the applicator this has. It's not really like a spongy one, but the product stays on really well and it's very easy to apply either directly to your face or to like a beauty blender type thing. And I just love that this is the matte one. They also have a dewy one, but where I have oily skin, I always prefer a good matte foundation. So this is the one I reach for like 99% of the time. On the rare occasion that I actually do wear foundation, which isn't very often because being in Florida, it's pretty hard to want to wear foundation when you feel like it's going to like melt off your face. This time of year is not too bad though, the humidity is a lot lower. And then also one of my other go-tos is Maybelline Fit Me. This is also the matte and poreless. I have porcelain right here and then classic ivory because sometimes my skin is a lot paler in the winter time. So I have a lighter shade for the winter, and then I start getting like a little bit tanner, so I have a slightly darker shade. There's not too much of a difference, but this one's also wonderful. This one doesn't cake a lot, so it's also really good for that. This one I think is like $7 or $8 depending on where you go. Maybelline honestly has really good products. I love a lot of their face products. And also their Fit Me concealer is wonderful. This is the shade Vanilla, and honestly this stuff is phenomenal. My only complaint with the foundation is that it doesn't have an applicator, so I don't like the idea of like not having an applicator, so I don't really know how much of the product I'm putting on like a beauty blender or a sponge or something. But the concealer does have a really nice applicator. It's smaller than the Tarte one, but it's also really good, and I definitely reach for this quite a bit as well. And then I have the Maybelline Superstay foundation. I haven't actually tried this yet, but I did get the shade Classic Ivory, so it's the same as the other one. They look quite like, the shades are basically the same. I mean, obviously it's the same shade color, but are the same shade name. So I've heard a lot of really good things about the Superstay foundation, and I really want to try it with the Fit Me. So I'm thinking like I'm gonna probably swatch them both in like another vlog. And maybe for like next weekend or the weekend after, I have a couple Christmas parties, I will do like half of my face with one and half with the other and see how they compare, because these should be the same color. I'll have to double check. So next I want to do eyeshadows, and the only actual like true Drugstore palette I have is the Wet n Wild Saved by the Bell palette, and honestly I love the shades in this. I am a huge like 80s junkie, so I watched the show a lot as a kid, as my mom also liked it. But here are the shades. They're actually really pigmented, especially if you have like an eyeshadow primer on, which pro tip, if you don't have an actual eyeshadow primer, use concealer. It works just the same. I end up using my Tarte Shape Tape as an eyeshadow primer quite a bit. Let me see. I'm gonna use that one last. And also, I think it was this summer or the spring or something, e.l.f. came out with these Mint Melt collections, and I love the colors on these palettes. These are very pigmented. I love the colors in them. This one is chocolate mint, obviously, and this one is mint to be. And these both have wonderful shades in them. I reach them quite a bit, especially like accent colors. I like doing neutrals like on the inner corner, the outer, and then the crease, and then in the middle I'll do like some kind of color. And usually like if I want a green, those are like these two are the ones I go for a nice green. And also I don't know if they have these anymore, but Revlon used to sell like singles. So I have a nice like blue one, a turquoise. I did have 3 gold. I don't remember why I bought 3 gold, but I have 3 gold ones. Honestly, the pigment is really good on these too. If you're a fan of cream eyeshadows, NYX has some really good ones. I bought this actually for like a Halloween costume a couple years ago, but I don't have very much taken out of it. This is black. I needed a black eyeshadow for like a Halloween costume. So I went out and I couldn't find like a palette with a good black in it. So I bought this. And this is very pigmented. My eyelids get really weird and like greasy sometimes, so I can't do a lot of cream eyeshadows, but this one looked really nice at the end of the night. Also, like as an extra, I have this glitter that I got around Halloween a couple years ago. It's in the shade Karma, and it's a nice like smoky gray, but it's a really cool glitter. You can use it obviously for like events or like Halloween or something. I used it for Halloween, but I use it also sometimes I just want a glittery eye. The NYX Matte Finish Setting Spray, this stuff works phenomenally, especially with the e.l.f. Putty Primer. These two are, even though they're different brands, they're almost like 2 peas in a pod. I love this spray. It goes on like so nice. It doesn't make you feel weighed down either. Like I've noticed that a couple of the sprays I've tried make you feel weighed down. Maybe that's just me. I don't know if I'm applying like too much or too little, but this is very lightweight. I don't feel it. Like once it dries, that's it. So as I was going through the process, I forgot to mention powders, and I use the e.l.f. HD powder. Of course, there's like literal powder all over it. I have the translucent white one, and this honestly works super well, especially like there are days where sometimes I don't want like full foundation, so I'll just do like concealer here and there. And this stuff makes it feel so lightweight and so matte. And I love a good matte look because I don't know, I've recently become, like, within the last few years, obsessed with matte product, like matte makeup products, whether it's like a matte lipstick, foundation, or anything. So I love that. Don't sleep on e.l.f. period. Like, e.l.f. has amazing products. Which brings me to the next point, which is brushes, because you really can't go super far in your makeup routine without a brush. I have a bunch of assorted brushes. All but this one are from e.l.f. This one is actually Wet n Wild. I found this at Five Below a couple years ago. It's a foundation brush and I love it. Like, I prefer using a beauty sponge, but if you prefer the brush over a sponge, then definitely get this one. I think it costs like $3 or $4, so it's very inexpensive. But honestly, guys, e.l.f. brushes are incredible. I'm obsessed with them. And also, like, these ones are just anywhere from like $2 to like $8. So they're very inexpensive. You can buy them individually. I have a lot of like the smaller eye brushes because I like using them for different colors. So sometimes what I do is I'll take like one side, put one color on it, and then flip it over and do another color. I honestly prefer them over the Morphe brushes. Like, I have a couple from Morphe, and the e.l.f. ones just take the cake for me. So when I was talking about eyeshadows and stuff, I honestly forgot to talk about mascara, and my #1 drugstore mascara is probably CoverGirl Lash Blast. That used to be my go-to. And then also, I don't remember the name of it, was one from Maybelline. They used to have like the green and pink packaging. Like, if I can remember or look it up before this vlog goes up, I will put it down here somewhere. And they used to have like a variety of colors. I gave that to my neighbor when I lived in Tennessee and I was kind of bummed. NYX Full Figured Mascara is honestly my favorite drugstore mascara besides those two. It's also the only one I have on hand. I don't have any Lash Blast at the moment. I don't wear mascara a whole ton, but here's what the brush looks like. Mine's kind of bent because I use it so much. But the brush is like nice, long, and thin, and that's the way I like it, because I feel like you get more product on there without using a whole lot of product. And honestly, I love it. Only been able to find these at Ulta, but I don't even know if they make them anymore. But a couple years ago, NYX used to have like colorful mascaras. So I bought all 5 of them. There is a mint one, a dark blue, a dark purple, a light purple, and a pink. And there was like 2 different wand styles too. There's the one like the full figured, which is super pretty. Yeah, there's also like a thicker one. This one's more like the Lash Blast one, I think. And I love that like all the wands are definitely coordinated to which colors they were. The lighter ones both have the thinner wand, and then the darker ones have the thick wand. But yeah, here's the purple one. They all have like thin ones. This is like a really pretty lavender color. And then here is the purple one. It's very pretty. Finally, we have lips, because your girl loves a good lip product. I literally, of all the things I have, I think I have the most lip products that are both drugstore and non-drugstore. And some of them probably are expired, to be honest, but also at the same time, I don't use a lot of them very much, so I think they're still okay. And the first one is this little e.l.f. one. This is called Rouge Radiance. It doesn't seem like it's not super pigmented, but it definitely does have some pigment in there. It's a beautiful, nice red color. I've thought about swatching them, but at the same time, it's also like almost 1 in the morning, and I really just want to go to bed rather than swatch lipstick. My mom actually turned me on to the CoverGirl Outlast ones. This one is the shade, I don't remember the shade name, but the number is 626, as in like Stitch from Lilo and Stitch. And it's this really pretty like reddish brown color. And what I love about it is that you can put the lip on. I've noticed it works with any type of lip gloss or stain or whatever. So you can just put the color on, wait for it to dry completely, and then this is like a lip balm that you put on top and it'll stay for most of the day. Maybelline also has a very similar one with their Super Stay 24-hour color. This one is called Eternal Cherry, and it's this beautiful red. And it's the same deal where you put on the color, so it's a beautiful red. And then when that dries, you put on the balm, which this one I've used a few times, so the balm's a little stained from me not waiting the whole, few minutes. This one is Timeless Toffee, so this one's more of like a neutral, like brownish red. This is very similar to the CoverGirl one, but it's actually a little different. It's more of a brown, I think. I have a couple like assorted lipsticks is what I want to say. This one is from Revlon. It's in the shade Skyline Pink. It's a very pretty light pink color. It's almost like a frosty pink that would have been like really popular, probably like the early 2000s. But it's like a very pretty like light pink color, and I love it. And I also have one from New York Color called Chiffon, and it's also like another pretty kind of frosty white. This one's a little broken, but it still works and it still looks halfway decent. Like, I mostly wear them because they're shiny or they're glossy or like glittery rather than the pigmentation. So with the lipstick game, we're moving on to Wet n Wild because I love a good Wet n Wild product. I've been a Wet n Wild fan since I was a kid. Love their products. This one is Sugar Plum Fairy. This one's a really pretty like deep purple color. So if you want like good deep purple, this one is wonderful. These are super pigmented, so I love wearing these like whenever I want something that I can apply very lightly and still have a lot of color. This one is fuchsia with a blue pearl, so whenever you look at the shine of it, it almost looks like a blue. Can't really see it too much on camera, but like in person you can, if the light hits it a certain way, it looks a little blue. And of course I had to go for a nice bold red. I love a good bold red lip. This one is Cherry Frost. I really haven't had a chance to try this one, but I will be comparing all my red lipsticks because I have so many, and your girl loves red. So this is what it looks like. It's a really pretty red, and honestly it just looks so wonderful. I think this one's a clear gloss that I used to wear with like a bunch of red ones. So this one is Mega Shine or Mega Sticks, I think. All I know about this one is that the color is 562B. That's all I know about it. It looks more orange on camera, but it's definitely like red. I'm pretty sure this used to be a clear gloss that I used to wear over red ones to make it glossy. And now it's just kind of become like a red stain one. It smells like vanilla, which is definitely where I got the love for vanilla scents. And one of my favorite liquid lips is Wet n Wild Liquid Catsuit. Honestly guys, this is a phenomenal lip product. If you are looking for a good drugstore lip, this has to be your go-to, or one of your go-tos anyway. There's a variety of colors. I actually I was having my mom go through my makeup to see if she wanted any because she was trying to get back into it with her new job and stuff. And she fell in love with, I think it was this one. This is the Oh My Fuchsia. And it's definitely like a beautiful fuchsia color, like almost a little purple. But this is very pretty and looks really, really good with like a whole variety of things. And my other go-to is called Oh My Dolly. And it's like a hot pink. Because, you know, you have to have a hot pink lip somewhere in there. So here's what it looks like. I definitely saved my favorite lip for last because this one is my all-time favorite lip from like a drugstore brand. This is the NYX Liquid Suede in this shade Cherry Skies. And this is a beautiful dark red. Like if you want a dark makeup look, this is the one you go with. It's a beautiful, beautiful dark red color. It's very rich, very deep. It's almost like a nice burgundy color, but honestly, NYX killed it with this shade. They have a decent shade range, and I'm pretty sure they're at Ulta. They might also be at Walmart or other retailers, but I know for a fact that I got this one from Ulta because my local Ulta has a whole section of NYX Liquid Suede. And this is one of the ones that I had to get my hands on the second I saw the color. Like, look at that red. That is beautiful. So guys, those are my favorite drugstore makeup products. Let me know if you've tried any of these. I will link some of them in the description box. I'm not going to link all of them because I'll run out of room. But I hope you guys enjoyed Vlogmas Day 4. And be sure to click that subscribe button, that thumbs up button, and join me tomorrow for Vlogmas Day 5. I will see you guys tomorrow.